What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Alex Morton coming to you live in the back seat of my Wraith, and today is Wraith Talk episode 5, and we're going to talk about why it's so important to be you. You cannot compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 15. Because of Facebook and Instagram and just all of social media in general, right now we are getting inundated every second, every minute, every hour of every single day, 24 hours a day with, success. And it's very hard to differentiate whether it's like real or it's fake. There's lots of people out there just renting cars and renting jets and renting, nice material watches and stuff like that to look cool. But the problem is they go home and they got, 4 roommates in a 1,500 square foot apartment, somewhere in California or somewhere, in Arizona, and they're just fronting and they're stunting on the gram, right? So you're a real entrepreneur, regardless of what industry you're in. You're watching this video right now and you're saying, hey, I want to get my business to the next level. I want to elevate my entire lifestyle. So what you've got to understand is you've got to be you. And one of the ways you can be you and you can be more of you is not comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 2, 5, 10, 15, or even 50. And it happens at every level of success. Even where I'm at today at 29 years old and the things that I've accomplished by the grace of God, I still find myself comparing myself to people maybe like Grant Cardone, who I should not be comparing myself to. The dude is double my age. The dude has $1 billion in real estate, a private jet. I'm over here at 29 years old. I've been an entrepreneur for 9 years. I should not compare myself to a Grant Cardone or an Ed Milet or somebody like Christopher Terry, right? They are older than me. They've had more experience than me. They've had more life than me. So I can't sit here and get frustrated. That's what happens when I compare myself or you compare yourself to somebody else that you should not be comparing yourself to. You're not in competition with anybody except the you of yesterday. So don't watch other people's channels. Don't watch other people's content and get down on yourself and put yourself into a negative vibration. When you're in a negative vibration, when you're comparing yourself to somebody you should not be comparing yourself to, all you're doing is you are injuring your own growth. You're hurting your own success. So do not compare your chapter 1. Look, listen, everybody has their own journey, right? Everybody has their own individual journey. Some people get involved in network marketing or internet marketing or real estate, or launching a clothing brand, or, getting good at film. Whatever it is you're doing, remember, everybody has their own path. They have their own blueprint. Some people, it takes them years and years and years and years of failure and heartache and pain before success, right? Kevin Hart was laughed at for over 10 years in LA. Jim Carrey was told he would never be a famous actor because he wasn't good looking enough. People said Oprah would never make it. In a million years, he'd never make it. There's people in the NFL with one arm, and they were told they would never go play in the NFL. Everybody has to walk their own path, and everybody has to put in different amounts of work, and everybody has to put in different levels of energy into their craft until they become good, and then from good they will eventually become great. So do not compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 15. Point number 2 I want to talk about really quick is very simple. It's going to take you a minimum of 10,000 hours to become great at something, right? When I was 21 years old and I found my niche, I found my industry, okay? I said, you know what? I'm going to get great at this. I'm not going to try to get good at 5 different things or 10 different things and try to be a jack of all trades. A jack of all trades is a master of none. Pick one thing. There's a great book out there called The One Thing. Pick one thing and become great. Cristiano Ronaldo picked soccer and became great. LeBron James picked basketball and became great. Drake picked singing and rapping and became phenomenal. Beyonce picked dancing and singing and became great, right? You have to pick one thing and become great. Don't get caught up in the hype of you got to learn how to trade crypto. You got to learn how to trade Forex. And on top of that, at the same time, you got to get your real estate license. You got to get your insurance license. And you got to start, an entrepreneurship clothing brand. You don't need to do any of that nonsense. You got to pick one thing and become great. Okay, Malcolm Gladwell wrote the book The Outliers, and it talks about 10,000 hours. Serena Williams, tennis, right? Coco Gauff, the 15-year-old that just got to the, fourth stage at Wimbledon, who beat Venus Williams, right? She picked tennis and said, I'm going to put in 10,000 hours. So you're over there comparing yourself to some super high-level entrepreneur, and you've been flipping houses for 30 days. You've been flipping houses for 30 months, and you're like, where's the money? Why am I not a millionaire? Why don't I have a Rolls Royce yet? Why don't I have a Rolex on my wrist yet? Because you haven't put in enough work to become successful, right? You got to be you and stop worrying about everybody else. And you have to get the facts and the truth. And the truth of the matter is, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you got to put in a minimum of 10,000 hours. And the third point I want to make, ladies and gentlemen, is very simple. In terms of being you, you got to just be you. So what do I mean by that? That means stop trying to be like somebody else. Listen, I believe in modeling. I believe in mentors. I believe in finding successful people and doing what they do, saying what they say, and dressing like they dress. But you have to keep your individuality on whoever it is you're modeling. You can't lose yourself by just trying to copycat somebody else. You got to remain you, your integrity, your morals, your values, your principles. I study people like Bob Proctor, a mentor, a model, a role model. My parents are role models to me, right? People like Christopher Terry is a role model to me. People like Grant Cardone is a great role model to me, right? But I'm never going to lose myself in emulating other people. Yes, I'm going to take their mindset. Yes, I'm going to take their business practices. Yes, I'm going to, take their information and apply it into my life and into my business, but I'm always going to be me. I'm never going to not be me on my own journey to going to where I want to go and going to where I deserve to go. So guys, be you. Everybody else is taken. And remember, to be you got to be authentic. You got to keep it real. You have to not compare. Don't compare. Comparison is the thief of all joy. I'm going to say it one more time. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Yes, we all deal with it, right? Even me, right? We all deal with it. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 15, okay? And don't lose yourself in the journey. Always be you, because guess what? You are God's highest form of creation. And yes, you are going to have to put in 10,000 hours minimum to become great at something, but you're God's highest form of creation, capable of anything and everything. So be you, and I appreciate you. This is Wraith Talk number 5, numero 5, from the back of the Wraith. We got Gribby in the front. We got Big Logan Hawley driving, and we got Mr. D Sing filming. We love you. Get to work. Let's get it.
Wraith talk, oh, we're talking that Wraith talk.
Thank you for watching this video. For more exclusive content on how to be, do, and have anything you desire, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Click below for the next video. Let's go.